Good afternoon, students. A warm welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. Well, we'll continue with the class, grammar class, tenses. Fine, students. We've been learning English tenses and we've come to the last form, that's future tense. And in the future tense also, we have completed already future simple and future continuous. So here we are today with future perfect. Now we'll see where to use the future perfect or how to use the future perfect. So we shall start now. We are dealing with future perfect, students. Okay, so we are going with future perfect. That means we are going with this part. And already I've told you yesterday, will or shall. Okay, so you know will or shall is used. Shall for the first person and will for the second and the third person. So here we are today with future perfect tense. So the construction of the sentence is going to be with will or shall have plus the third form, that is V3 form. Okay, so you are going to have will or shall or will plus have plus V3 form, what we are going to use for the perfect tense. Okay, so all our sentences are going to be with will or shall. For first person you're going to use shall, and for the second person and third person you're going to use will. So I shall have been completed the work. So this is how the sentences are going to come. So future perfect has two different forms, will have done or be going to have done. Unlike simple future forms, future perfect forms are usually interchangeable. I've already explained you this yesterday in the future continuous. Same thing, students. In your future perfect tense, will have done. Will is future. Okay, this is not so clearly visible. We'll have a darker shade. Future have done is perfect. So you have future perfect. Same way, instead of using will or shall, you can also use be going to. So be going to is the future and have done is perfect. Same like your future simple, future continuous, students. You can either use will or shall or you can use going to be. But already I have explained you and I have already informed you, when you are reading from somewhere be going to, you will understand it is future tense. Okay, then the remaining, if it is an ing form, it is future continuous. If it is V3 form, it is future perfect. If it is only simply the verb V1 form, then it is future simple. So like that you will understand when you see be going to. But when you are performing your tasks or when you are doing your exercises, you please better write only will or shall. Use this part only. Okay, students, better use this part only. Don't use this. Use this part only. Okay, use that part only. So just for you to understand that these two types are future tense, going to be and will or shall, both are future tense, but when you perform you only have to use will or shall. But be going to is also a future tense. Be going to have done is a future perfect tense. You can understand. But when you're going for your exercises, when you're doing your exams, you don't write that. Okay, students? Next one, from future perfect with will. Now we will go with the sentences I've been explaining you. There are two types. One is with will and shall, and the other one is going to have done. Okay, this is one type and this is another type. So now we will go with the first one. Form future perfect with will. Will have plus past simple is, we are going to write. What is past simple? Past participle. Yesterday I was telling you V1 plus ing is present participle. V3 form is past participle. So will have plus past participle. Past participle means V3 form. Past participle means V3 form. So first now we will go with the examples of will have past participle or V3 form. Now we will go with the examples. You will have perfected your English by the time you come back from the US. Now the person is going to US. So obviously he'll be continuously communicating only in English. So by the time he comes back from US, he will have perfected. So you can see, students, future perfect. Future perfect tense. You will have perfected means you will be perfectly good in your speaking, your English speaking, by the time you come back from US. So here you can see, by the time you come back from US, by is a keyword. You can see, students, by is a keyword. Okay, by is a keyword. By the time you come is present simple. I told you we will not use past simple, future simple. We will use only present simple. Okay, so by the time you come back from US, so this is a keyword and this is a keyword. We have two tenses. So in future, he is going to US. He did not still go to US. He is going. So this is a future tense. So when you come back from US, by the time you will have perfected your English. So what did you understand, students? There is a, you can see, there is a particular time. I've already explained you. Past, future, and now what you're talking is present. What you're talking is present. Now, in the future, he will go to US. He is not yet gone. He is in this present only. He will go to US in some future. So, the action what is shown is by the time he goes to US. Okay, you can see he goes to US. And there the action is stopped. You can see the action is stopped. So, here you have the interruption. He will go to US in the future, and then by the time he completes his studies or whatever in the US, and he will come back. When he will come back, he will be perfect in his English. So what you understand is an action completed before another action before another action in the future. I suppose you understand, students. There is a future action which is not yet started. Now we are in the present. Okay, say for example, now we are in the 2020. He will go to US in 2021, and probably in the January 2021 he will go to US, and in the same month 2021, probably in May or some other time, he will come back. So by the time he comes back, that action is interrupted. He goes there and then he comes back, so the action is stopped over there. Then by the time he comes back, he will be perfected. He will have perfected. So the action completed before another action in the future is called, what is it? Is called future perfect. Means in the future, before another action, this action is perfected. I suppose you remember, students. First we will take the example of present simple, routine. Present continuous, now what I am speaking. Present perfect, just now. By the time I am speaking, just before I could speak, whatever action is perfectly completed is present perfect. In the same way, past simple, something which has happened and never again will happen. Past continuous means before some action, another action is completed or is going on. Before an action, another action is going on. By the time my father stepped into the room, I was watching TV. So before one action, another action is going on. So that is past continuous. Past perfect, before an action, another action is perfected. It's just completed. So that is past perfect. In the same way, future simple, I am planning to do something in the future. That is future simple. Future continuous, in the future, at the same time, I will be doing this. The action is continuing. Okay, so that is future continuous. What is future perfect? Before some action in the future, this action in the future will be completed. Both are future actions. Now I am in 2020. In 2021, he will go to US. And then in 2021, say for example in 2021, January, he goes to US. And in 2021 May, he returns. So both are future. Now we are in 2020. In 2021 Jan, he goes to US, and in May he returns. So this is an action which has interrupted this action. So in May he comes back. From January till May, he is staying there. So by the time he returns in May 2021, his language will be perfected. His English will be perfected. You will have perfected your English by the time you come back from US. So this is the meaning of the future perfect. We have not only affirmative, we have interrogatives and we have negatives. I've already been explaining you this. Will you have perfected your English by the time you come back from US? It's a question. You will not have perfected your English by the time you come back from US. Your English is so horrid that even if you go to US, stay there for 6 months, and by the time you come back, you will not be perfected. So we have a affirmative, we have an interrogative, and we have a negative. So using will or shall, I've tried to make 3 types of these sentences with affirmatives, negatives, and interrogatives. Now using all the personal pronouns. Using all the personal pronouns, I'm trying to go for the okay. So now using all the personal pronouns. First one is first person singular. Okay, first person singular. I will have stopped. I will not have stopped. Will I have stopped? Second person singular and plural. Second person singular and plural. You will have stopped. You will not have stopped. Will you have stopped? Third person singular. Third person plural. Okay, third person plural. Oh, what is wrong? I'm so sorry, students. It's first person. It's first person plural. I is first person singular, we is first person plural. We will have stopped, we will not have stopped, will we have stopped? So here you have with various personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are very, very important. I've been continuously been making you tabular forms for a better understanding, and you try to practice, it will be easier. This part by now 8 tenses, not 8, 10 tenses, we have still 2 more. By the time we have completed, we are going with the 11th one. You must have been able to frame your sentences with will or shall. I'm so sorry again over here. We are not supposed to use will. I shall. This is going to be shall. I shall have stopped. I shall not have stopped. Shall I have stopped? Second person will is accepted. You will have stopped. You will not have stopped. Will you have stopped? Third, again, now we are again first person plural. First person plural also, you are not supposed to use will. You are only supposed to use shall. We shall have stopped. We shall not have stopped. Shall we have stopped? Okay, students, a small mistake. So remember, students, for first person singular, first person plural, we have to use shall, and for the second person, but most of the grammar books will have will only. But grammatically it's wrong, students, because I told you when you say I will, it's compulsory. You don't bother about anybody. You are not planning, you are not thinking about a future sense, but you are commanding, or you are compulsory willing to do it. So that is going to become the meaning if you say I will. In the same way, you will, you shall, he shall, again means the same. You shall go to school. That means do or die, you have to go to school. Compulsory. So when you say I shall, it's a future tense. When you say I will, it's a compulsory. So I've explained you this. The next one is they will. Third person plural we have they will. Okay. So you can see third person plural. They is third person plural. He, she, it, they are third person singular masculine gender, feminine gender, and neuter or common gender. So they will have stopped, they will not have stopped, will they have stopped? Okay. They will not have stopped, will they have stopped? He will have stopped, he will not have stopped, will he have stopped? She will have stopped, she will not have stopped, will she have stopped? It will have stopped, it will not have stopped, will it have stopped? So this is sentences with will or shall. In the same way, are going to, I've just now told you, you have the example. I've already explained you. For first person am is going to come, third person singular is going to come, and for the remaining are is going to come. So we are using second person, so we have used are. You are going to have perfected your English by the time you come back from US. The same phrase I have used with going to have. Are you going to have perfected your English by the time you come back from the US? You are not going to have perfected your English by the time you come back from US. So I don't need more time to explain this. Already you have gone with this same routine of shall or will and going to. So here the note is, it's possible to use either will or going to create a future perfect with little or no difference meanings. Both you can use, but I insist you to mostly use this only. Okay, fine. Now we have sentences with it. I am going to have stopped. I am not going to have stopped. Am I going to have stopped? You are going to have stopped. You are not going to have stopped. Are you going to have stopped? Okay, you can see first person, second person, singular and plural, first person, plural. And then we have third person. Okay, we have third person, plural, and then third person, masculine gender, third person, feminine gender, and third person, neutral or common gender. So I suppose I don't need to keep on explaining you or reading out. They are going to have stopped. They are not going to have stopped. Are they going to have stopped? He is going to have stopped. He is not going to have stopped. Is he going to have stopped? She is going to have stopped. Same thing. The word exchange for a question. So you have the sentences here. They are big enough for you to even read in your mobile, students. Don't worry. Fine. Now we will go with how to use the future perfect. I have just now explained where how to construct the sentence, how to write a future perfect. Now I will explain you how to use, where to use. Now present. Some time from the present to the future. I have already explained you. From the present to the future. It's not in the past. From the present to the future, an action is going on. You are in 2020. In 2021, he will go to US. So that action is going to go on. But there it is interrupted by another action. Whichever action is going on. Can you see the action here? The action is going on here after the present. And it continues till another action which is going to stop it. There this action will become perfected. So let us see, use one. Completed action before something in the future. An action is completed before some other action in the future. So we'll see the definition. The future perfect expresses the idea that something will occur before another action in the future. Something will occur before another action in the future. It can also show that something will happen before a specific time in the future. So two cases. One is some action will occur in the future before another action. Another one is an action in the future will occur before a specific time. Okay, so this is a second point. Examples. By next November. Right, students? By next November. We are in October. November. Not this November, next November. By next November, I will have received my promotion. So this year, almost in November I am, but next year November, definitely I will get a promotion. I will have received. So whenever you see by next, this is a keyword. By next, this is a future tense. Next is future tense. So when you see a keyword with by, a future tense, then remember the blank is going to be future perfect. By the time he gets home, again can you see the keyword by? By the time he gets home, means in the future, by the time he comes, she is going to have cleaned the entire house. So I have given one example with will and another example with going to. So before he comes home, he is outside. In the future he will come home. After 1 hour or 2 hours he will come home. Before he comes home, the work will have been completed. So is going to have cleaned the entire house. So now you must have understood where we will use future perfect. Some action in the future, and before that action another action to be completed in the future. I am not going to have finished this test by 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock. This is future. Okay, in future. Now I'm in 2 o'clock. And even if I sit for 1 hour, I am not going to have finished this test. Negative sentences we have. I'm not going to complete the test by 3 o'clock. So I've told you, whenever you see by, before, when, they are the keywords for future perfect. With future keywords like next month, by 3 o'clock, or next year. Future keywords when you have, then you have to use a future perfect. So here am going to is going to be a future, have finished is perfect. So this is future perfect. So question, will she have learned enough Chinese to communicate before she moves to Beijing? Now she is going to China. Before she goes to China, will she learn enough Chinese language to go and communicate with them there? So now you must have understood how to use your future perfect. Future perfect, before some action in the future, this action should be completed. Notice in the examples above that the referent points marked in the highlighted words are in simple present rather than simple future. I've always kept telling you this. You have to use only present simple. You are not supposed to use future simple, because time clause will never be in future. Time clause must always be in present simple. Now, another case. One case is one action is going on in the future. That action will go on in the future and it will be stopped by another action. That is one case. Another case is duration before something in the future with a non-continuous verbs. We'll see what that is. I will have been in London for 6 months by the time I leave. By Monday, Susan is going to have had my book for a week. By Monday, it will become 1 week for Susan to have my book. Last Monday she took, and for next Monday, it will become 1 week. So you can see next Monday is a halt. Okay, the action is, there is an interruption of the action. So before that, it will become 1 week. So a future action is perfected by another action. But now here you see, I will have been is going to have been. So you can see the words over here. Although the above use of the future perfect is normally limited to non-continuous verbs, the non-continuous uses of mixed verbs, the words like live, work, teach and study, are sometimes used in the way, even though they are not non-continuous words. Generally what we do is, I will have been studying. I will have been studying in London for 6 months. Remember student, when there is a period of time or a point of time, it is future perfect continuous. Whenever you see for or since, okay, when a period of time is there, I will explain you in the next class of future perfect continuous. Period of time. Whenever you see period of time, it is future perfect continuous. So what is the meaning of this sentence? I will have been studying in London for 6 months by the time I leave. Because there is a period of time, you are not supposed to use future perfect. You are supposed to use future perfect continuous. Will is future. Of course, I shall we have to use. Anyway, I will have. Let us think it is compulsory. I will have. I am not saying I am planning, but compulsory by next, by the time I leave, it will be 6 months. I will have been is perfect. Have been is perfect. Ing form is continuous. So you can see future perfect continuous. When will you use future perfect continuous? When you are using a period of time. But here he says some words like live, work, teach, study are not required. Even if you write like this, it is correct. There is no wrong. but you don't need to use. Why? Because it's sensible. I will have been in London for 6 months by the time I leave. By the time I leave London, it will be 6 months. From India to London I went, and by the time I come back to India, it will be 6 months. So actually you went there to study, or you went there to work, or you went there to teach somebody, or you went there to live with somebody. But still, you don't need to write. Even if you don't write this word, it is understood. So like that also, it's acceptable. In some cases, it's acceptable. But remember students, whenever you see period of time or point of time, mandatory write this. Because it's acceptable over here, don't write like this. You will lose 1 mark in your grammar. Whenever you see period of time and point of time, you have to use this. That is why particularly I put this slide and I wanted to show you, because some places in your grammar, they will not use this. For these words, they will not use ing forms. And though the keyword is there for a future perfect continuous, they will not put ing form. So most of the students, what they will do is, they will think, okay, I can write only future perfect over here. I don't need to write future perfect continuous. Please don't do it. I will explain you in the next class, future perfect continuous. Then you will better understand. Whenever there is a period of time or point of time, mandatory it should be future perfect continuous. Okay. Now remember, no future in time clause. Like all future forms, the future perfect cannot be used in clause beginning with time expressions such as when, while, before, after, by the time, as soon as, if, unless, etc. instead of future perfect, present perfect. So I told you, same thing students, whenever there is a time clause, don't use future, you will have to use present. So nothing to worry about this point. I am going to see a movie when I will have finished my homework. I am going to see. Going to is a future tense. I am going to see a movie. Okay. Or I shall be. Or I am going to see a movie when I will have finished my homework. So remember students, this is future and again this is future. Two futures you're not supposed to use. I am going to see a movie when I have finished. Not will have finished, when I have finished. So you will have to use present perfect, not future perfect. Did you understand? Now we will quickly go into the keyword students. I always keep telling you, I just explain you everything. Listen carefully to whatever I explain. But ultimately when you are writing your exams, this is important. Almost mug the keywords. When you see these keywords, I keep on explaining you. After completing my present tense, I've gone with all the keywords. After completing my past tense, present tense and past tense keywords I have gone with. Now after completing future, again present tense, past tense, future tense. All the 12 keywords I will put. And I will explain you with exercise so that it will be very, very easy for you to cope up in your tenses. Tenses is very, very confusing. So now look into your keywords for future perfect. For future perfect, the keywords are. For future perfect, keywords are by, before. By, next day. Can you see the word next day? By next day, by next week, by next month, by next year, by next Sunday, by next morning, by next time. So when you see with by or before next, this is another keyword. Before, okay, this is with by. And this is with before. Before next day, before next week, before next month, before next year, or before next Sunday, before next morning, before next time. So you have by or before with these words. Okay? Next will indicate a future. When you see this, definitely the other blank is going to be future perfect. Or when with present simple. One side you will have when, and immediately after when you will have present simple Okay, you can see present simple, and then you will have future keywords. You will have the future keywords. When you are having the future keywords with when and a present simple, instead of a future simple you will have a present simple, then it is future perfect. Okay, now we will go with the exercise, students. We will try to write down the answers for this. What will come for I? Shall. I don't think this is working up. You can't see clearly. We'll write with red. I shall have written. I shall have written my letter before he comes. Future, both are future, but comes I've used present simple. Can you see? I shall have written my letter before. This is a keyword with present simple. So remember, for past and for future you will have two clauses. For past tense, past simple, and for future tense, present simple. So I shall have written my letter before he comes. You will have met. Perfect tense, no? You will have met your mother by the time I see you again. How sad, you are not meeting your mother. Now next time, by the time I come and see you, you will have met your mother. By the time your mother will come to you. So this is how we are going to write. Next one, I hope you dash your face before he comes into the room. I hope you will have washed. Somebody is coming to meet you and you are with such oily and tired face. So before he comes, I hope you will have washed. Will have washed is also a future word. Before he comes. Look into this one. Sita will have gone. Can you see the V3 forms I'm using here? Okay. Sita will have gone to Mumbai before Mohan arrives. Probably Mohan will arrive next month, and before he comes only this lady will go. So two futures. So one future action interrupted with another future action. He dash all the letters before 4 p.m. He will have typed. He will have typed all the letters before 4 p.m. Before 4 p.m. he will complete all the works. So very, very clearly you must have understood future perfect means both the actions are in the future. One action will be performed in the future. It is not yet started. It will start. It will start and it will continue and it will be stopped by another action. So this is called future perfect. So practice more and more exercises, students. Definitely you will be able to do. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.